Hey guys, I'm Solomon with ClickX. Today's marketing hack of the day, I'm going to help you keep your content up to date. All right, a lot of people have stale old blog posts that's really not generating any new traffic. All right, so my job here is to show you how to keep your content up to date. All right, let's get started.
Marketing hack of the day is brought to you by ClickX.
All right, so we all understand that producing new content regularly, it's like the rule, right? It's the internet, marketing rule number one. Keep producing more and more content, right? We say that content is king. You hear that all the time. And you got to create engaging content, make it awesome, add images, call to actions, do all sorts of stuff to get more content. But we never ever hear anybody saying, update your content. Like I put it right here and I put it right here. Nobody ever talks about updating content. Why? Because it's sort of like a secondary thought. Like you're all worried about getting more content. We're too busy. Let's put it this way. We're too busy. We're like, oh, yeah, I got to come up with 3 blog posts by noon, so I'm just going to keep typing here, right? I'm going to keep typing here. That's what everybody's doing. And what happens is that you're just kind of like throwing crap at the wall and hoping it's going to stick. So what I want to talk about today is slightly different. And it's the concept of keeping your content that you already have updated. That means you're going to go back and add more content to it. And there's some science behind it that I want to give you some tips on how you can do that. And there's a lot more traffic you can generate than just creating more and more content, because in online marketing world, it's really competitive out there. So you can't just create more content hoping it's going to stick. You're going to have to make your content stick. That means you're going to have to make it better than your competitors. Now, I want you to know why I'm suggesting this is because Google pays very close attention to how often you produce new blog posts, create new videos, create new, podcasts, whatever you do. And Google also pays very close attention to how often you update your content. So everybody gets the first part. So they're like, yeah, I know I need to produce new content because Google's going to crawl and they're going to see my new blog post. It sounds great. But nobody ever talks about you need to enhance the content that you already have and how much close attention Google pays to that. Now, first of all, you might be the company that haven't spent any time creating content, period. All right. So trust me, I've experimented throwing a website together, not writing any new blog posts. There's new content. There's really no new content on it. And what happens is that the traffic just starts to decline. Okay. Every year or every month you see the organic traffic just goes down. For the ones that you continue to write more content, it's either steady or going up depending on how good your content is, how long it is, how effective it is, whether or not you optimize your content, you can start to generate upward trend of traffic. So we understand that concept. Now what you really need to understand is how you can keep it going steady climbing on a regular basis. My hack is to update. All right, you're too focused on creating. I understand that. I think you'll create even in your sleep. So you don't have to worry about creating. I want you to think about updating. What do I mean by updating? What I mean is go back and update your content significantly. Add 500 more words, all right? It's probably a lot easier to add more words to an existing piece of content than to come up with a 2,000 word blog post in the first place. So go look at your most visited pages. So go look at your services page or your About Us page or even your home page or your top blog post and go back and figure out how you can make this better. Go back and figure out if you can enhance every section of it with another 3 or 4 sentences. Trust me, you're going to have 1,000 more words at the end of this, sort of experiment, and you'll be able to create more value for the person that's already coming to that page than just leaving it alone or creating another blog post almost talking about the same thing. I want you to really understand that Google pays very close attention to how often you update the content and how significant the updates are. All right, so Google's just not coming back for you to update 3 sentences like, oh, Google, I changed some sentences. Google's like, I want to see new stuff. I want you to be like the CNN live blogging, just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If you start doing that, if you can really, really, really scale the hell out of that blog post and you have another one that you're updating it, maybe you're adding a video to it, maybe you're adding a checklist to it, maybe you're adding some social media elements to it, and you really are making significant update, then that page is going to stick better. Trust me when I tell you this. By combining multiple blog posts into one large piece, what you're really doing is making your content more unique. That means that this blog post and this other blog post, there's a clear delineation of what you're trying to say here and another blog post, rather than trying to have 5 blog posts that almost talks about the same thing. you realize that it's very competitive. That means that you need to make your content more unique and you need to make it better. That means you need to stand out from your competitors. Then only Google is going to reward that content and actually show it on search results. So I think here's what it comes down to. In SEO, it's really about being better than your competitors. Being better than your competitors in terms of authority, better in content, better in user engagement, getting more people coming to your website, sharing it. And if you can work on making it better, user-friendly, people love it, they want to share it. You worked a lot, in creating video content or enhancing the existing content. You're updating it constantly because you care. You just don't want to throw it out there and say, oh, I'm just going to keep producing more content, see what it sticks. You care so much that you want to make it better for the people that are out there. You're going to naturally see that if you take that approach, other than just trying to do anything and everything, you have 500 different ideas, nothing is really put together well, you're going to see long-term success, folks. Especially a post that you created 2 years ago, how much traffic is it getting now? All right? 3 years ago, what kind of traffic do you get to that post? I bet you a lot of them are buried. You know where's a good place to bury a dead body? The second page of Google. You're probably not even on the second page. You're probably on the 18th page or not even showing up in the first 10 pages. So what's the use of having all this dead weight on your website? It's probably burying your site down more. Consolidate, folks. Update it, consolidate it. Get a better new strategy about your current content assets and figure out how you're going to do it. A lot of big websites do this as well, not just the small ones. I've seen sites with less pages getting more traffic just because their content is super long and lengthy, and that's all they write. They just write really nice lengthy posts and they keep updating those lengthy posts. It just really talks about one subject and that's it. It ranks for every long tail you can imagine. Those are amazing. They're like, I could eat off of that, okay? It's amazing. So I want you to think about that and not just create more super short 300-word blog posts and think that it's gonna work magic. It probably won't. You're not gonna get noticed. And I want you to generate traffic, leads, and customers. Take advantage of this idea and definitely you'll get more traffic. Thank you again for watching another edition of Marketing Hack of the Day.
Oh, hi.
Subscribe to our channel.
ClickX, helping businesses increase traffic, generate leads, and close deals.